We've got a big announcement. Today we're dropping a...
Do all autistic people think the same? Oh god.
My name's Jay, I'm 19. I was diagnosed late with autism. You know, there's no way to look autistic, it's just a whole spectrum of people.
I'm Josiah, I'm 18. At first I was really unsure about it because it sounded like it was bad, but I started to realize that autism is more like me than it is a disease.
My name is Shayna Crashen, I'm 23. Autism is
Dude, they all have piercings. They're all of them.
more prevalent than people think, and just if we can make the world more aware and acceptable towards it, it'll just be a lot easier for everybody.
I am Christopher Carroll. I am 38 years old. I like to act. Was that not related to autism? Okay.
I'm Yoni, I'm 19, and I am an artist of all types. I really am proud to have autism. It makes me see the world differently, and that's totally awesome.
My name is Joseph. Just because I communicate different doesn't mean I do not understand.
My name is Bella.
Yeah, it's cool, dude. I like this guy.
In high school, I couldn't really talk, so I was like nonverbal. I've just become more confident in myself and being able to talk to other people.
What the fuck are those?
So I was like nonverbal. I've just become more confident in myself and being able to talk to other people.
Guys, what the fuck are those?
I consider the term special offensive. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, I could see that a little bit, yeah.
I do find it to be somewhat of a bad label.
It definitely is.
This person is special, as in too different to function, I guess. It's like when I perform in the performances I've been in, people begin to whisper in the audience, whisper among themselves. Was that person special or not? And that seems a little harsh to me.
The special can be used as something good.
Jay's right.
But it can also be used as, you know, something like, oh, like, why aren't you hanging out with them? Oh, because they're special. Like, you know, like they're the other, they're less than. And it's, we're not less than, we're different.
Chap, I think the problem is that I think the expression special has too much room for condescension and like it has too much space for just using it in a bad way. And I think that's why it's trash.
Make people feel better, like it's like the right word to say, and like it just sounds nicer to them, but in reality I think it's just more offensive if you're like using it with that kind of tone and inflection.
When I think about special in the terms of autism, I think about special ed. And for me, it's like, why is it special to have some extra accommodations or to learn a different way? Like, it's not special ed, it's extra support ed.
I agree a lot. The word special can mean pretty much anything.
Hello chat, it is my birthday. Can I get a try hard?
Okay, I didn't fully agree with that.
We are all special.
I like that answer, Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I have trouble making friends. 3, 2, 1, go.
It's hard for me to make friends because I am nonverbal.
Yeah, I didn't really start making friends until I started college because I wasn't like in a lot of activities and stuff. I just always wanted to be by myself, and I always found it hard to talk to people.
For the longest time, especially when I was in middle school, I had a bit of a hard time making friends, and so I was basically on my own for a while. But until I went to junior high, I went to...
Guys, stop. Guys, literally half the chat is trying to make me laugh by saying weird champ laughing and Pepe laugh, don't laugh. Guys, I'm not laughing. I never laugh, I'm smiling, dude.
Anyway, private school, their whole entire goal was to basically like make a community that are just trying to find friends and stuff like that. So that's why I'm on the somewhat disagree, because it's like I have plenty of friends now, but in the long run, when it came down to middle school, I had a really rough time.
I honestly don't have trouble making friends. I talk to everyone I meet, and everyone I meet I kind of make friends with. I don't know, it just comes naturally to me. I just say, hey, let's be friends, and they're like, yeah, and it happens.
Okay,
When
man.
you first meet somebody, I'm good at the initial like talking and friend thing, but it's when like the long term and you know it just gets too complicated, and then like also I just find like I don't like a lot of people, and so like of course not a lot of people are gonna like me, so it's just so it's just like some would agree.
Well,
xQc,
I guess
yeah,
for
and
me,
Dev
it's
is
just,
wanting
I also
his
have
nose
social
back.
anxiety, so it's never been easy for me to make friends, but I sometimes I just feel better being by myself and doing my own thing, and when you go out and you meet people, you have to really push yourself
I appreciate
to,
you
know,
very
to know what to
much.
say
Keep
and
up
to
the
know what
good
not
work,
to do, and you
Félix.
don't stim and stuff
xQcOW.
like that, so it's just harder to go out and have that whole mental energy put towards that when you can just be yourself by yourself. But I do have some friends, so that's why I'm here, not there.
Imagine
Okay.
the guy using TTS
I
is getting
have a
flamed in
similar
game
problem.
for not
Sure.
using his mic. Feels bad, man.
Okay, dude.
When I was younger, I had social phobia, and I spent a lot of childhood just living or playing inside my own head, which didn't exactly seem to help me with people skills.
Yeah, it can trigger things. You can like trigger a meltdown like you don't want to have to deal with.
Sensory
xQcS.
Period. Period. Yeah, I was just saying I feel, yeah.
Oh my god, guys, it's me, Brian. I'm in the video Pog 7777.
I posted this a lot. Wait a minute, what was that? Being diagnosed with autism helped me understand myself more.
Helped me understand myself more. 3, 2, 1, go.
Well, for years and years, I was wondering, like, why is the music in the car where no one else is saying it's loud? Why is it hurting me? Why can't I make friends easily? Why am I not picking up on sarcasm? I feel like it really did help me understand myself because I stopped feeling so bad.
My body and brain sometimes work against each other.
When I first read the, what do they call, like, it's not symptoms, like.
Criteria.
What?
Criteria.
Yeah, the criteria for autism.
That's
It
not
was
Brian.
like mind-blowing because it was like reading something that I didn't even know existed and could be put into words. Like I said, I thought everybody was just dealing with it and hiding it better. And I've turned to so much more self-love since I found out about my diagnosis just 2 years ago. It's just been like probably the most freeing thing for me.
I actually used to have meltdowns like daily. I would just get so angry and nobody knew why.
Yeah,
and I
just for
didn't know
little
why.
things would just pop it off.
And I realized that after I got diagnosed with autism, everybody around me noticed how less angry and how less my meltdowns were because you start to know how to prevent them because you start to know
Not
what's making you
smirking,
melt down.
dude.
Well, I think I have to say I somewhat disagree because I've not actually been diagnosed. No one's tested me for autism. So what do we go by? Just simply what a doctor happens to say on any given day? Or
What made you want to come today?
a few doctors have said I have autism. Although at least twice as many doctors I've known have said I do not.
What do
So-
you believe?
As
Or do
of
you just
now,
not care?
I believe I do have autism somewhere, but I can't say I agree with the diagnosis because I don't actually have a diagnosis.
What
Are
are
you
you
planning
having?
to get one in the future?
I don't know anyone who will give me one.
That's a big issue, actually. They're crazy expensive and crazy hard to get.
I got
It's like a whole ordeal.
I got one from my psychiatrist because I was already under his care.
Yeah,
Those shoes,
it
dude.
really does help me, especially to find a different route with education. Like, I had a huge problem with mathematics and stuff like that. And now after I got diagnosed and I'm going to the school that helps typically with autism, it's like now I'm doing statistics. It does really help. It really helps me to understand how my brain works and how I can get help. So.
And because I know that my brain works differently, I see the world in a more creative aspect, thinking outside of the box, and I'm over here like I'm outside of the
Guys.
out of the
You can't even find the box.
out of the box. I'm outside of the circle. I'm in the galaxy. Excuse
Guys.
me. The shapes are around me,
Listen,
and I'm
man.
outside of all of them.
He's like Brian Andy.
Because I don't have only autism, I have multiple mental illnesses and medical conditions too, and everyone, when I like tell them all of them, they're like, how can you be happy?
It bothers me, people pity me. Okay.
Your life sounds difficult. I'm like, it's not that, like, it's just what I know. It doesn't have to be the end of my world, and I don't like getting pity for the things I have, because just because I'm disabled doesn't mean my life necessarily sucks because of that.
Yeah, I only said somewhat disagree because I grew up like really obsessively masking. I don't think people pity me. I think the opposite. I think people have very high expectations of me because I can kind of mask and present that. I think that most people forget I'm autistic and don't treat me with some of the help I need and have a lot less patience for it. And so I don't know how much I'm pitied. More of the time I'm not believed.
Okay.
I've even had like therapists try to like convince me I'm not. I have to like teach them about it and then they say I'm not. So it's very frustrating.
Over here, Joe. Up against the mic.
I can't change the way I am, so instead of pity, I want people to try to understand and accept me the way I am.
Oh, hell yeah,
It's
dude.
also
This
just
guy's
like,
rolling.
don't pity me, like be with me, like be with me in the moment, like don't feel bad for me, like as if you can't do anything, like treat me like I am just a normal person.
So like growing up, people used to like baby me, and now like I look at being 22, I look back and it's like they just should have probably treated me like a normal child.
Because that can be a hindrance in itself, people babying you. That can
Exactly.
be another added knock that you don't, you know.
Makes me feel like I can't be my own person.
Yeah.
I used to have that problem with a lot of people. Like they would be like, "Oh, it's okay. We're all a little autistic," or something
hate
like that.
Wait.
And it's like, no, I hate that comment so much, and I get it so many times.
I think that was kind of like mixing pitying and helping.
You relate to like a couple of the things on the traits doesn't mean that you're autistic necessarily. You have to have more than just 3 things, you know?
Yeah.
Then you're just being a person. If you just relate to a few, it's like you're human too.
I would rather not have autism. 3, 2, 1, go.
I strongly disagree because if I didn't have autism, I wouldn't be the same exact person.
Part of my identity, would I really be the same person if I didn't have autism? But I think I have to stick with just somewhat because I haven't actually been diagnosed with autism, so.
Another thing is that the issues and the struggles that like I have with being somebody with autism is like that I encounter day to day mostly have to do with the fact that I'm living in a neurotypical world, not that I have autism, if that makes sense. So I would much rather live in a world that's more aware of autism or a less neurotypical heavy world. That would be what I would rather change, not changing myself, if that makes sense.
I may have autism, but that makes me who I am, and I wouldn't change it if I had the choice.
Yes.
Preach, Joe, preach.
Preach, I feel that.
That's why I prefer diagnosis first language, like autistic person, than people
That's
with
cool.
autism, because personally it's like my autism makes up me. It's not just like a part of me. Like my diabetes is a part of me. My pancreas not working doesn't affect the way I act, the way I am, but my autism affects the way I see the world, the way I process, the way I feel things, the way I go about things and socialize. And even though I don't like everything about myself, I don't think that being not autistic would make me love myself suddenly. I think it's just about the fact that I just need to work on accepting myself more in general. So I feel like I'd rather have my autism because it's made me me.
Yeah, I would say personally, like I'm a person with autism, but I also don't care really how people use it. I remember when they started saying like autistic person versus person with autism, I was like, oh, okay.
I don't care that much.
Exactly.
It's just if I had to pick,
yeah.
like you call me either, but if I had to pick personally, like if I'm gonna refer to myself, I'm gonna say autistic person, but you can say either or and I won't give a crap.
Because to me, I see it as like a neurotypical community being like, oh, we just need to be as nice as we possibly can, and it's just, I don't know. I feel like I've never heard an autistic person freak out about it, really. I always hear neurotypical people freaking out about it.
Hold up. Hold up. I think that made him uncomfortable.
Oh, we just need to be as nice as we possibly can. And it's just, I don't know. I feel like I've never heard an autistic person freak out about it, really. I always hear neurotypical people freaking out about it.
I feel connected to other people on the spectrum. 3, 2, 1, go.
That's going here.
Well, like, I kind of agree because some people have the same exact things that I go through, but then also somewhat disagree because people,
Discord.
there's like higher functioning and lower functioning, so it's kind of hard to connect to people that are like, I don't know how to say that. Yeah.
I get that, yeah, because they're so different, I guess, it could be, I guess, harder to, you know, connect in some degree, but we may not all go through the same exact things, but as a label, like autism, I think we can all like connect to that, and that's how I feel like with the label, with that label, I feel like there's a good sense of community there.
I do agree. It's like, although we have different stories about how, of autism, I believe that where we can relate to each other and still like,
Have different perspectives?
yeah, exactly. Because it's like, I feel like, and especially right now, it's like we spread apart because, you know, we're scared to say that we're autistic. But I believe that we need to start to group together and start to educate people and, you know.
I've noticed a rise in communities online
Yeah,
for autism.
neurodiversity and stuff
Yeah.
like that, so.
When I first found out, it was like great to like deep dive into the internet and get all these autistic perspectives, and I connected with that online.
Guys, stop pointing
But
me.
then when I went in real life and I started to meet people or started to talk to people more, I felt just kind of isolated again, and I felt kind of like that same thing. I think it's just the same thing. If I'm in a group of neurotypical people, if I'm in a group of autistic people, I'm just gonna still kind of feel alienated, and so I just kind of stopped trying after a while.
It helps when you don't have to explain yourself to others and you can just relax and hang out without any judgment.
This guy's rolling, chat.
You're so right, Joe.
Thank you, Joe.
All right, guys, that's a wrap.
Okay, do you want to all put our hands in?
Chat, I feel like most people that go on the show, dude, they start talking before their idea is finished, right? And when they talk, dude, it seems kind of like, but what Joe did, boom, dude. He thinks when they talk, then pause.
Right, ready? Oh my gosh, wait, are we actually gonna do this?
I guess so.
Okay.
True.
Hey guys, thanks again for
a long time and have always been a fan of your content. Today I decided to come out of the closet to my parents and have never felt better. I wish I could donate more to show my gratitude for all the years. Love you for
You don't know anything, man. That's just hanging out with us, dude. Push on him. It's what Tony did. Hope it went well, dude. Paul chant. Look, the chat's behind you, dude. Have a pride clap.
Pepega clap 77777.
Dude, I don't have autism. Guys, what autism will I have? What is on to? What autism will I have? Every single one. Oh, thank you.